So if you map your SAP logon pad to the your C drive, there is a go to the three dots, then XML, then your logon pad will be, this three will be displayed automatically. This three will be displayed automatically. So you no need to manually configure it here. Go to the three dots, options, then here you have the, so tabs are there. Here go to the SAP logon options, then configuration files. Just make the your logon pad settings to the XML folder, XML folder here. So there is a one XML file is there here. So that it will be so once you configure this one, it will be permanent. So permanent means it is the global file. This is the global file here. So if I do changes, it will be reflected to the your GUI also. Okay. So either way, you can connect to the any one of the screen, any one of the system here, right? So this is, you guys are installed the ECQ system, right? This is already existing ECC systems already available here, right? So you can access either this three also, you can access this, either any one you can access it here. Okay, either three also you can access and you can practice it, whatever we are discussing, right? So that is the one thing here. Okay, so the next one, so today we are discussing about the work process administration, SAP work process administration. We are discussing after the installation, SAP work process administration we are discussing. As part of this work process administration, so we have discussed about the dialog, update, NQ, background, message server, gateway, spool. So DB, EB, MGS. So dialog, update. So we discussed it, right? D for dialog work process. It will take the user request, and we have the dispatcher also available. Dispatcher also, it will dispatch the user request to, so dialog work process, right? Dialog work process will take the user request, will process the user request. Once the user is done with the, so once the user done the transaction related updates will update into the DB level by update work process, here, right? The next one is the NQ work process. Update we discussed, right? SM13, SM14. We can check here that update related. Dialog, we have checked that SM50, SM66 are the transaction code. SAP is the transaction code based concept. Which means we have to enter the transaction code, then only that related business page will be opened. The business page will be opened. So SAP is the transaction code based concept here, right? So then only the related code will be opened. The related code will be opened here in the SAP side here, right? So I just log into our installed system, ECQ system. I logged in here. So if you enter the transaction code in this OK code box, this is called the OK code box. OK code. So that box is called the OK code box, that we will call it as the OK code box here. So here you need to enter the transaction code. Here you need to enter the transaction code, just like SM50. Like this, if you enter it, the related business page will be opened. The business page will be opened like this. It will open the business page here, right? SM66. It will open the related business page is opened like this here. Okay. So related page will be opened here. Okay. So here, so we discussed about the dialog. Let me check whether as part of the daily monitoring, this is one of the daily monitoring transaction codes. All work processes are related to the daily monitoring transaction codes. Here we need to check, are there any updates stuck or not? Are there any failed updates or not in the previous days or anything? So we need to check. Why? Because its updates are very important here. So why? Because user related data, it will update into the user related data, it will update into the DB level. So updates are very important here. If any cancelled or any failed, we need to So reprocess. We can to retry, repeat the updates. It's how, even though it's not progressing, then you need to check with the respective users. Okay, right? There is a username will be displayed. So that will be, we have to check with them whether it is required or we can delete it or not. Okay, so that is the update. So then dispatcher also we discussed, right? So dispatcher dispatching the user request that is available in the each and every application server. The dispatcher is available. So right up to here we discussed in the our previous classes. Up to here we have discussed in the our previous classes we discussed. So now today we'll discuss about the NQ work process. NQ work process. So NQ means so locking mechanism, locking mechanism, right? Locking mechanism. So which means it will lock the, it is available in the NQ work process is available in the NQ work process available in the ASS instance, right? ASS instance. ASS instance, we have the message server, NQ server is available. So this NQ work process is available in the ASS instance, in this NQ work process. So it will log the your transaction. It will log the your transaction. So which means, so suppose example, so example you can take, I'm going to do something here, right? I'm going to do something, I'm editing here, right? At the same time, so you also you one of the user also, you are also trying to edit here. It will say that this is already locked by the particular person, it's already locked, so you cannot edit it. You can only display is possible, only display you can do, but you cannot create any entry here. Which means at the same time, suppose example, so this is the company code. In the company code, a user, I am the one user, I am trying to, this is the one of the user, so I am trying to update here. The same time, B also same company code in the same session, same screen is also trying to update here, but either only one person is possible to edit at a time, not the multiple people here. So why? Because here it is, the system is allowing both the people editing at the same time. So there is a clash, right? There is a inconsistency. So there is inconsistency, right? So that's the reason. So system will throw the message saying that it is already locked by the some other person, so you can only display possible like that. So it will give the message to the second person, the past who locked this transaction. So the NQ work process will lock that, will assign a lock to the particular user in order to, so lock by other user, in order to edit by other user, it will perform the locking mechanism. Suppose example, if you see here, just I'm trying to edit one more, then it will give the message saying that it's already locked. It's already locked until it's already locked by this user. Until I came outside, then it will give the message here. It will give the message here, right? So why? Because here in one screen, I am trying to edit here. In the one screen, I am trying to edit the edit. I am trying to edit it here, but it's not possible here. It's not possible here. So why? Because it's already locked by the some other user. So when this user is closed, some then other user can perform the changes. Till then, it is only display possible. Till then, it is only, you can only view the display. Till then, you can view the display here. That is what it is possible here. Okay. So what happened this screen? Okay. So like this, so we have to do the editing here, right? So here you can see here SM12 is the transaction code. Here we can see the transactions, whether it is locked or not. Here we can see the transactions here. Here we can see the transactions here. So whether lock entries, all those things we can see it here. In SM12, we can see it here. SM12, we can see all those things here. But what happened in the system? Maybe the theme issue, you can also change the theme to different signet this different theme. You can change it, whatever the theme you required, so you can change that theme also. Okay, so okay. Custom magic. Suppose example, one company code I'm trying to edit it here. So at the same time, I'm taking the new window. So at the same time, so no one cannot do the any changes here. Why? Because it's already locked by the user, something like that. It will say here already locked by the user. So where can I check here which user, what is locked and everything here? If you go to the SM12, SM12 is the transaction code. SM12 is the transaction code here. Here we can see who locked and how many lock entries are there. Here we can check it out here when it was locked and everything, right? We can see the SM12, the lock entry list here. So this is managing by the NQ server, NQ work process here. So what is the table name, when is locked, so who is the user, what is the client, all the information it will show. So which means I am trying to edit here in the another screen. I am trying to edit the, so some company code or something, I'm trying to edit it. At the same time, one more person also trying to edit it. It's not possible. Only display is possible here. So that is the reason the NQ process so will lock that entry here. So if I cancel this one, if I go back, if I cancel it, if I cancel the editing screen, now if we go it here, so see here, so we cancel it, other person can edit it now again. So if I go back from this transaction, if I go back from this transaction code, then again the entries will be deleted. See here, entries will be removed. So whenever you came to this transaction, there is a lock entry will be displayed here. It will be locked. Why? Because other person cannot do the any editing option. Why? Because at a time system can allow only one person can do the table change, table level changes. So that's the reason. That is the reason. So it will, so that it will locked. It will display the lock entry. So other person cannot edit at the while the first person is editing screen. Okay. So this is the locking mechanism. So this work will be carried out by our NQ work process. This work will be carried out by our NQ work process here. Example, one more concept. Example, one more screen here. So in the ticket booking screen, in the ticket booking tool, so you are the one person, he is the one more person, he is the one more person, right? In the ticket booking screen, so you also trying to book the window seat, right? Same seat 32. So he is also trying to book, the same seat here, different locations. So then in this case, the first in, first out, who first logged into the system and who's logged, you touched that screen, then the seat is allocated to that person, right? It will be locked status, so that other person can see, okay, then can see the seat. Then when I refresh his screen, the seat is already locked by this person, something like that. He will get it out, right? And also if this person also will see, right? Okay, he can only display the screen, but he cannot book the ticket, right? At a time, only one ticket, one person is possible. So this type of, if its system is allowing to book one ticket, multiple people, then there is a clash, right? So that's why at the same time, multiple people cannot edit same transaction, same company code, same whatever it may be, same screen. He cannot do editing. Why? Because so it will be clash. So that's the reason. So system will not allow you in this case. So this work will be carried out by your NQ work process in the SM12. So SM12 lock entry. SM12 is the transaction code. Here we can check the lock entries and everything. We can check it out. Right? So it's clear, right? So any questions here in the SM12? So as part of, yeah.
Yes, I just have one small doubt. As you said, like if the users on the table level, if they are entering or if they're using the same T code as per the table level. So if, for example, two users are trying to enter something into table level, but they are going under same T code, that's the reason for one user. The second user, it will show that it's locked because
Right.
because it takes as per FIFO, you said, right? First in, first
Right.
out. Yeah, and so like is this only as per is this only for people for users who are entering as per table level, or what other activities are, like, if you just, I just need an overview, like apart from table level, what are there, what all there might be some other
Other
uh,
activities means, so whatever you are doing here, whatever SAP level you are doing, everything will be stored into the tables level. Different tables. We have the lakhs of tables are there in SAP level, right? So each and every action, each and every creation, each and every your action will be stored into the database level. Database level means in the database level we have the tables. The table level it will store the data, whatever you are doing here. So if the same one table, if the same table, so if you are editing other table, that's fine. But same table cannot edit by to multiple people. That is at the same time. At the same time cannot be edit. So otherwise, what will happen? There is a clash. First, it will process your transaction, or is it transaction? Which transaction updates you have to process it? So like that, there is a in that dilemma. So that is the reason system will not allow you to edit the same. If I'm in the suppose I'm doing the some changes in the SCC4, something like that. I'm doing the some changes here, right? I'm doing the some changes here. SCC4 open. So if I also open the SCC4, it will not allow. It will give that display. It will lock it here. If you go to the SM12, after SM12 here we can check the lock entry here. It will display the lock entry here. So what is the table name? What is the argument? All. So it will give the information here. Who already doing this one? So normally, as per the normally as per uh, uh, as per our standards, the lock entry which are older than 24 hours, then we can remove that lock entry. We can remove that lock entry. So here we can find out. So each and every action will be tracked. Each and every action will be tracked here. So that is the main thing here. Okay. So
and like just
Sir,
one
what is the
thing.
use of that lock mode?
use of the lock mode is it will prevent other person to do the similar changes. It will prevent it will prevent means it will not allow that lock mode, which means suppose I'm doing here, I'm doing the changes here. At the same time, you are also trying to do the changes. So system will be in the confusion. So you cannot do the same changes here. Why? Because the table is currently locked by the user. Only you have display possible. So this lock mode is preventing you. This lock mode is preventing. So cannot be edited by this user. Why? Because this user is already locked. This user is
But
already
there
locked.
are different lock modes, na sir?
Yeah, different lock modes are there.
So
shared
Everyone
logs.
has that different functions.
Yeah, everyone has different functions. But if you are doing other work, that is fine. But the same transaction code, same table, you cannot edit it while other person is doing. That is the main intention here.
Okay.
Sir, will this appear like if I'll use SM21 system log and others will also use
No,
SM21?
no. That only few things will be displayed here. Only few things will be displayed in the systems which are critical. Only those things will be locked. So remaining things, the remaining all are the monitoring transaction codes. So suppose if I am using the ST22, then you cannot do any. You can also edit. You can also display it. Why? Because it's a display mode only, right? It's the just monitoring transaction code. So you are not doing any changes here. So other person also can use the similar transaction code, he can use it. Similar transaction code, he can use it. But only creation is creating the time, and other, if any creation is there, so that time you cannot create it. That time you cannot create it at the same transaction code, same persons cannot be created. That is the main thing here.
Okay, as you showcase the reason like the SCC for like it's related to client administration, like it's a
Yeah,
critical.
example. Yeah, a critical thing. Only few things like suppose like client creation and
But if the next person can view, cannot amend the changes till
right,
the time get
right,
completed.
right.
Okay. And sir, I think, and sir, on SAP MMC, like yesterday I just observed like you have one dialog work process and the BTC background work process. They have been ended. Like it's showing an SM20 in SM50, it is showing like it's the entries are it's in red color. So I
Where?
did not get that.
Which one? Which transaction? Where?
On SAP MMC, yesterday, the dialog work process was ended in the
Ended means it's cancelled or something. Some there is some issues. That's why it's ended
in
status.
ECD, yeah, in the ECD department.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay, okay. Maybe yeah. That maybe the maybe some issues. I think maybe restarted yesterday, so it got fixed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this is the NQ related things. It's a small transaction code. So as part of our daily monitoring here, if the lock entry is older than this is you need to remember older than 24 hours, we can remove it. We can remove it. Why? Because so suppose like one person is opened the transaction, then he went outside, then he is not properly logged out, he went outside. Then other persons are unable to do the same changes. Why? Because he already is trying to edit it, but he went out, he went outside. So then in this case, so how means so we can check who is the user in SM12 as part of the basis monitoring. We need to check are there any lock entries which are older than 24 hours? Yes, no. If yes, then we need to check who is the user table. We need to check with them. He is not responding, then we can take the approval. We can check we can get the approval from manager, then select it. We can remove that lock entry. So if we remove the lock entry means, so if he is doing or not, we are not sure, right? Only he knows, right? But he is not available. He is not picking the phones. He is not answering anything. So then in this case, we can take the approval. We can remove it. Those things we can, so we have to take it out as part of the daily monitoring of the transaction codes. Okay. So daily monitoring of the transaction codes here.
Sir, if it is a one user or maybe two or three users, then we can unlock. But if a bulk of user is there, then
We have to, yeah, bulk of users are there, bulk of users are, so normally daily cases, bulk users can do that, bulk lock entries will be displayed here. But we need to check which is older than 24 hours, 24 hours. So if the bulk users are there, bulk lock entries are which are older than, then select all, then remove it. In one shot, all will be removed. One shot, all will be removed. So definitely we have to take the action. Either one user, one lock entry, or two lock entry, hundreds of lock entries, we need to delete it. We have the option is there, select all option. Instead of you deleting one by one, we have the option is there, select all option. So just you can select it. You want to
yes,
only,
yes, yes.
Yeah, you want to only one user, then that username you can provide it, you can delete it. You want to check all the users, all the clients, then remove the everything empty, just make it, then it will be displayed.
And is everybody having the right to, sir, lock or unlock the entries?
No, only basis team has authority for this transaction codes for checking. Why? Because we are the basis consultant. So if I ask above, they won't get access to this transaction codes. So functional, they won't get access to transaction codes. Even they don't know what is meant by lock entry. So, but their view, what they are doing, all those things we can see it from here in this transaction code. So SM12 transaction code, we can see it here.
Okay, thank you.
So apart from that, lock entry, today, I think background work process, we have to discuss background jobs. So, but that required the more time. Meanwhile, I will discuss about some other transaction codes also. There is some other transaction codes which will come apart from that work process. Apart from that, this SAP work process, we have some other transaction codes called the ST22. This is called the above runtime dumps, runtime errors. Above runtime dumps here. Next one is the SM21 system logs here, right? So ST22 here, ST22. So in the system, if any runtime errors, runtime dumps, it will be displayed. Runtime errors means, so if in the system running time, if any program is cancelled, any syntax error, any program error, any timeout error, any anything, any error, anything, the symptoms, it will be displayed in the code of the runtime errors. It will be displayed. It will be displayed. All those things will be displayed here. So here we can check it out here, what is happening in the system and everything. So here it will be displayed here. So we can check today's, yesterday's, and the previous days. We can check it out the own selection. Then we can get the how many dumps are generating per day. So what is the issue? We can check. Suppose example, in the ECD, I think we have some dumps are generating. Here we can check it out in the ECD also. ST22. See here, dumps are generating here. Yesterday, today 8 dumps, and yesterday 11 dumps here. So today you can check it out. So these are the dumps are generating here. See here. So object class not found in the program. This is the program error. So we need to check with the above team, means above developers. There is some in the one program, one line is missing, one program error. This is the program not found something. So we cannot deal. We need to inform to them only. So right. So this is the errors. You can see the dumps and everything. So we can check it out. In the left side, we have the tree. Right. You can see here which who is the user, what is the client, what is the program, what is the screen. So what is the line, screen line number 6. So we can check it out here. What is the system environment? So what happened? What can I do here? Right. So what can I do here? Then how to correct the error here? You can see here how to correct the error. Then error analysis. So all the information here we have. So here using this left side, but tabs, we can find out. So all some information here. We can find out so what is the call. So what is the who calling here? This is the background job. As part of the background job running. So this is getting error here. Right. So this all the information we can display it here. All the information. So we can display it here. Right. This is the ST22 transaction code. We can perform the dump analysis. We can perform the dump analysis in the systems. Dumps, runtime errors. So runtime errors, program errors, syntax errors, anything. Why? Because system is running. We are not only one people, multiple people will use the system, right? Multiple codes, multiple program, right? Multiple screens, they will use it. So sometimes it will be cancelled. Why? Because real-time systems. So it will be cancelled if the program we have some dumps, some bugs and everything. So those things here, we can find out, are there any runtime errors in the system or not? So if yes, then we need to find out who is the user. So who is the user when we got it, and we need to check with them. We need to inform them. So to take the respective action. This is the above runtime errors. Okay, so here as part of the day-to-day activity, we need to, this is also as part of the daily monitoring ST22 runtime errors. We need to check the runtime error. So if it is the program error, syntax error, if anything development related, we need to check with the developers. Functional related, functional. So if it is a space related, we only have to clear the space. If it is the performance memory issues, then we have to check it out what is causing the memory and everything. If you open the dump anything here, so we will get the clear information, what is happening here, what is happening in the system, who is the user, so how to correct the error. So right information where it got terminated. Some clues we may get it out here, some clues we may get it out. So based on that, we can fix the errors. Based on that, we can fix the errors here. Right. So this is the runtime errors. So we have SM21 also, system logs here. System logs. It will give the system log entire time to time, minute to minute. All the your everything will be locked here. Everything will be locked in the system here. All the error logs and everything will be displayed here. So when the runtime memory error, shared memory errors. So we have space issues. That's why we have memory errors we are getting here in the system, right? So and also you can also check in the our ECQ also we can check it out here. So we can check it out. You can check the timelines and click on the OK button. So we don't have any error, only one error. Lock entry is manually deleted. We deleted lock entry manually. So that information also locked here. Okay. So that is the one thing here. Okay. So that is the information, it is locked. So you can also check, you can also change the date. You can also check the timestamp. So what is happening in the system? Green one you can ignore. Only red items we have to take care. What is happening in the system? So what happened in the system? Each and every action, whatever you are doing, each and everything will be recorded in the SM21 system log messages, right? Whatever you are deleting, you are canceling, whatever you are doing, all thing will be here. It will be recorded. Based on this, we can find out who deleted. So what is the user? So what time he deleted, all the information we can find out. Okay. So these are the some troubleshooting purpose. We need to check these transactions and everything here. So SM22, SM21, right? So these transaction codes also just you can take a note in your diary. So it's a very important. These are the troubleshooting related. So transaction code. If any error occurs in the system, so to find out the clues, where is the error, what is the error, means we can check the other any dumps are generated or not, any locks are generating or not. We need to find out using these transactions. Okay. Okay. So for today, I think you can practice these three. So we have time, but you can practice these three.